are live, chop it up live episode. I don't know. This was a random idea, so let's go. Here we go. Oh yeah, it says I'm on. It says the upcoming. Is it started already?
Fuck
It
knows.
says recording. So I don't know. It says we've been live for 18 seconds, but let's see. I just want to make sure that it's actually working. So let's go. It says going chop it up live. I just got a notification from Movie Mash.
Oh, we're in horror lockdown.
Okay, so we're definitely live on your channel. Let's see. Hey, check and see if we're live on my channel because it says upcoming for me. Oh wait, never mind. I'm on. We on, right? Can you see it on my channel?
Yeah, I don't see it on Movie Mash though.
I see it on yours for sure. I just clicked yours, but
On
mine says upcoming for some reason. But I think we're good. What's going on, everybody? If you guys are in the chat, say something. Say hello. Say adios. Say something. All right. So today we are going over an abundance of news. But before we do that, I am your host, Davey from the 80s from the Cinema Chop Shop. How are you guys doing today on this magnificent Saturday? It's gloomy in Los Angeles. It's raining and all that good stuff. And then I have my usual suspect, Senor the Del Boy, right from Movie Mash. What's going on?
How you doing? Yeah. Well, it's just a random thing. We're always talking on the phone, talking shit about movies and who's doing what and all that. There's a few things we shouldn't say live, so we won't. But I'm just saying, we thought, fuck it. We're always talking shit on the phone. Let's see what else. You know, one of the best things that I've liked the last 4 years of being having my own YouTube channel is one of the best things is interaction with people who love movies like we do. You know, it's been actually quite good recently. The interaction has calmed down a little bit, and I missed that a little bit. So, people, jump in, subscribe, and do all that good stuff. You must have heard this 100 times, but you haven't done it. All right.
What's going on,
So,
Paul? What's going on? Paul Therling is
where do
in.
you think? Oh, right, yeah, the chat.
Paul Therling is in the building. It says we have 3 people watching. Tap in, say something, check in, tune in.
Where
What's
you?
going on?
I'm seeing it.
We're gonna give you guys about a couple more minutes to see if you guys could go ahead and pour in. I know like this was random, so I want to give you guys some time and opportunity to pour in before we start. First topic will be announced in a minute. We got 5 people. Tap in, say something. If you're in the chat, say something. Say hola, como estás? Who's that? I'm in the building. Who's that? Paul Thurland's in the building. All right, man. Don't crush the
Hello,
building.
Paul.
Don't crush the building. But he's in the mother freaking building.
I'm
What's
not
going on,
seeing any
everybody?
chat coming up on mine. I don't know where you're seeing it.
If you look to the right, you see the word chat. If you click it, it pops up. It says
Yeah, I
Paul
have.
Thurling is on one of these YouTube. I think he's on your YouTube channel to be
You
honest.
are
Because it says
live.
so.
Chat
Yeah.
is not supported.
What? You whack, homie. Anyway, all right. So look, topic numero uno. We're gonna go ahead and get into it. So recently, Lionsgate has announced that they are giving the rights to a few of their movies to Blumhouse to go ahead and do what they do with it. And the first project that was announced was the Blair Witch Project. That's kind of an irony. The first project announced is the Blair Witch Project. But anyway, so apparently this is going to be a reboot, and this is going to be Blumhouse's crack at it. Now, here's the problem. Blumhouse has had many cracks at many different remakes. We're talking about Black Christmas. That was terrible, right? We're talking about Fantasy Island, which was also terrible. We're also talking about who else? What else did they do? They did The Exorcist, right? So Blumhouse has had their hands in quite a lot of horror remakes, and a lot of them, more of them suck than they were good, right? So, how are we feeling about this news that Blumhouse is getting a mittens on yet another popular horror franchise? How are you feeling about it?
I don't mind. I mean, to be honest with you, I don't know where they can go with the Blair Witch unless they do an origin witch story, you know, like the origins of the witch. That might be interesting. I'd love to see more stuff
That'll
about
be good.
witches are creepy as hell. Um, but regardless of the found footage stuff, you know, which one was it? There a couple of years ago, they did a new Blair Witch horror. What was it like a legacy sequel type thing?
Something like that, yeah.
It
Where they
wasn't
had like the
terrible.
drones and stuff. That was actually pretty cool.
Yeah, and it wasn't bad. But the thing is that how far, where can you go? Look, maybe they have an idea. I don't know. I do think an origin witch story leading into maybe the original Blair Witch which, by the way, I still like. I mean, it's probably
You
not
know what?
easy.
That wouldn't be a bad idea because that would take away from the whole found footage aspect and it will turn it into like an actual film, right?
Yeah,
You
me
have the
too.
actual origin of how the witch came to be and how she cursed the
Yeah.
land and so on and so. That'll be a good damn idea. Good job, Bill boy. Good job. Check you out. Huh? But yeah,
No, because
yeah, but
we.
I don't feel like they're going that route. I think they're gonna reboot the original, low key.
Well, as I say, like I always find that witches are creepy, and the first one is creepy, and it's just that aspect of the forest, and there's an old witch living in there. I always found witches creepy, and I just think like I'd like to see an origin type, how, who, when. Because if you watch the start of the first Blair Witch, and they're talking about who she is and where she's from and how she became and the bits and pieces like that, and people, that to me was really, that was good. I wanted to
Mm,
see that, and that's where I'm thinking like that's what. But again, they might do a legacy sequel as they do to everything now, or reboot it, which I don't. If they reboot, I don't mind, but I just don't care either. If you know what I mean, for a
yeah.
reboot, that, you know. But I don't know. What do you think?
I mean, look, I honestly think they're gonna reboot it. The truth of the matter is that can I be all right? Look, honestly, I remember Blair Witch is an iconic movie, and it's not iconic because it's a great movie. It's not. Honestly, the movie has it doesn't really have great replay value, and when you watch it, you will get kind of bored if you're not in the mood for that type of movie. But the movie is iconic for another reason. It's iconic because the marketing behind that damn movie was crazy. Like people really thought that that movie was real. Like what happened
It
in the
would work
events of the movie
now.
were real.
It wouldn't
Yeah,
work now,
yeah, it
but
wouldn't work now because we have. Well, actually, no, it would work because social media has made people super freaking dumb. Social media has made people real stupid, and they fall for the most dumbest things. I mean, we had people eating Tide Pods in the U.S. for a minute. That's a conversation for another day. But
I would
anyway,
still think Henry Cavill, Superman, and Snyder's coming back anyway. But anyway,
I mean, yeah, right. There's a lot of delusional people out there, but the fact of the matter is that although to me it's an iconic franchise for a completely different reason. I There's a lot you can do with it. You don't have to just kind of copy and paste what they did originally and then try to like try to reinvent the wheel or just recreate the wheel. You could do something different with it, right? Just like kind of like what they did with Child's Play. They took the idea and they kind of messed with it a little bit and they kind of pushed out something original, semi original. But I think I like your idea better. I really wish they would go with your idea and go with the witch. That'll be dope.
make it creepy, make it all like gothic, maybe. No, I don't know, but you know, like back in the, I don't know, 15, 16, 1800s, whenever, you know, kick it off. Like, I don't know what year it was supposed to, she became a witch. I don't really know, but put it back into medieval times or
Dude,
something.
they
And
can make it like Nightmare on Elm Street, like how the Nightmare on Elm Street. Well, look, if they do it, I would want them to do it like the remake. They would make it like the person's not guilty, and then you find out that they're actually guilty at the
then,
end.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Or
like that. That'll be cool.
I'd still be happy enough with her being blamed for it and then becoming the witch and carrying on doing. I don't mind that, to be honest with you. I just want to see a creepy ass origin witch story set a long time ago. What film was it I see
And what about
recently?
if she was blamed and it was her sister that really did it? I mean, we could do all kinds of
I
stuff.
know, but I see something recently and it starts off with witches. You know, there's no point in talking. I see something recently and it was started off with witches at the beginning, and I was like, this is really good. And then it just comes to modern day America and it's like that. But every time I see something like that, I always like, you know, walking around being, I don't know, set on fire, and you know, the candles and all that shit. I always loved that. I always liked it. I
I
want to see more of
seen. Let's see. What's the last witch movie I saw? The last witch movie I saw was what is it called? The Bone Woman or the Bone Witch or something.
that. No, well, it's not the one with the guy who plays Negan. I saw.
Nah. This one is a movie from Mexico. So you would definitely not have seen it has subtitles. You hate subtitles, but no, this is a movie from Mexico. It was actually pretty good. I saw that one, and then I saw this other one that was like Norwegian or some shit. And the movie literally has zero dialogue. You're just watching the movie, but the visuals in the movie are freaking like kind of scary. Like it's kind of haunting, but it really just depends on how they plan on doing this movie. It's not a bad idea. It's just that I'm kind of skeptical that Blumhouse has the is manning it, because Blumhouse doesn't have a great freaking track record. And I know that Blumhouse and Atomic Monster, like, they've merged together, but at the same time, they track record ain't all that either. Their first movie that they released together this year fucking bombed. The night swim. So it's not like I knew that this merger wasn't going to already be like some fantasy that just, oh, it was a match made in heaven and it's always going to work. It's not always going to work, dude. There's hit and miss. Like, we're just going to have to roll with the punches and see what happens.
I mean, look, at least let them try and do something. We'll see what they got, because I mean, it's sitting there dormant. It's an IP. Maybe you can do something with it. I mean, I prefer to have it than not have it. So let's go. Let's see what they can do. But with Blumhouse,
I have a weird feeling that Lionsgate owns the rights to Wrong Turn, right?
I'm not sure.
I think Lionsgate owns the rights to Wrong Turn, so therefore, I think I think Wrong Turn is probably going to be announced after the Blair Witch, low key.
Didn't they just do a reboot there a year or two ago?
Yeah, they did, but at the same time, I mean, it was a streaming service drop. I think. I don't think it was in theaters. So
yeah, all right. Well, I don't mind as long as I actually like the first Wrong Turn. I think it's a lot of fun. But
yeah. So moving on, Gladiator 2. Gladiator 2 apparently had a trailer that dropped. Gladiator apparently had a trailer that dropped at CinemaCon, and apparently this movie has Paul Mescal, Pedro Pascal, and Denzel Washington. I didn't know that Denzel was in this movie.
Yeah,
I did not know that Denzel was in this movie, but
that's already just gone up a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the casting is on the point, but the thing that kind of has me, well, Denzel has me kind of invested. But the thing that was the comment that was made that really made me say, oh, they said that this is a movie where this is a sequel that nobody asked for, right? And a sequel that wasn't needed. But after watching the trailer, people said they want to see it. Like, now that they've seen the trailer or they've seen this footage, they are fully invested in wanting to watch this now. And I really hope that they at least commit partially to like practical sets, please, just a little bit.
So what I saw was apparently, so they showed loads of sets. It's a trailer, but there was no dialogue. You see a little bit of Denzel Washington, but most of it was all CGI sets, locations and all that. That's what I was told. Look, there was CGI in the original anyway, with the tigers and
the lions and the animals.
Even the Colosseum, like from a distance, that had to be CGI. I don't know.
Okay, look, I'm okay with CGI as long as it looks. If it can even look if it can look as good as the CGI and you haven't seen this movie, but if it could look as good as the CGI and the water scenes from Godzilla -1, or if it could look as good as some of the set shots of Shogun, you've seen Shogun. So I gotta admit, like, some of the set shots from Shogun look amazing in their CGI. Obviously CGI, but they look really good. If they can make it look that good, I won't have any opposition. But
it is Ridley Scott, and if you
Ridley Scott, dude, that's a great name to add to this movie.
That's what I mean. Like it's, if you see, I don't know, one of his any film he's made, even the last Prometheus and what's the other one? The Alien movies. Anyway, they just they just look stunning. So that's not one thing I'm worried about at all. And the story doesn't sound terrible. Like, it's about the young boy who was that woman's son in it. The one that was what's
the fool's name? Maximilian. That's what a long ass name. Was Russell Crowe's son? No, Russell Crowe's son is dead.
No. He's remember that the Emperor Joaquin Phoenix.
Oh, his nephew.
Yeah, do you remember he was like, I will vote for you, Gladiator. I will shout for you or something. Well, it's him grown up. He's in air for the empire, and some shit goes down where he's having to fight or some shit like that. I don't know. So I'm glad it's kind of connected, but it's not the original. Because the first, this is not making this up. Do you know about 10 years ago there was a draft, an idea that Ridley Scott was dabbling with, and it was with Russell Crowe in limbo in the afterlife. That was going to be Gladiator 2. Yeah, I know. Can you? It just the tone, the idea of it just sounds
It
off
sounds
key.
crazy, but it has my interest.
I don't know. He's going to be in
That sounds
limbo.
very video. That sounds like very video game-ish,
Yeah, but it's just it doesn't feel
like
in
God of
the
War or something. You know what I mean?
tone of the first Gladiator. If you know what I mean, it just feels like supernatural kind of. But again, look, all I know is you got a great cast. The story doesn't sound too bad. You got a great director. It sounds like it could be good. I mean,
This
you
sounds like an
mentioned
easy W. Like it sounds like an easy win.
it
By the way,
does.
if you guys are in the audience, you can ask questions and tap in, make comments, anything that you want. Ask questions, whatever you feel like. This is an open floor. You can say whatever you want, and we will comment back. And we love to interact with you guys. But yeah, right now we're talking Gladiator 2 about the test footage that was released at CinemaCon. Right, the first movie is amazing. It's a classic, hands down. And I kind of it's like it's the next generation's Braveheart, in my opinion. So will this be this generation's will the sequel be this
I
generation's
would like that
Gladiator?
because, like, let's Gladiator was such a good movie, and it was left. It should be. I wouldn't say left. It should be left alone. I was hesitant when I hear about the second one and that story I heard, but the idea of the young lad growing up and now he has to fight for his empire, it's in line with it. It does. It could work. You know, I'm sure
Look, there's
flashbacks.
stories to be told. It's that world is too big to be like we can't make a sequel. You get what I'm saying? Like it's that world is way too big for them not to kind of come up with a sequel. Um, so we're gonna go ahead and move on to the next topic. Next topic is Saw 11 and The Crow has been pushed. The Crow got pushed a couple of months, I think, and Saw 11 got pushed indefinitely to next year. Now, how does that affect me? Well, I was under the impression that punk ass Tobin Bell was going to come to this convention that I was planning on going to in a couple of months because they were going to be because Lionsgate was going to have a panel at the convention, and it was my impression that Tobin Bell was going to be there promoting this damn movie. So now that's kind of up in the air now, and I don't know if he's actually going to be there. But fingers crossed. Hopefully, he still makes an appearance because I would love to meet Tobin Bell. You know what I'm saying? But Saw 11 getting pushed to next year, so we're not getting the whole yearly treatment of Saw like we normally do, and Crow's getting pushed a couple months. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you. I could care less about both of these movies. Crow doesn't look that great, specifically for his design. I think I can stomach the Crow only because the action looks like it's on point.
It
But
does.
as far as like design and I don't know, like I just wasn't digging the design. And even though Bill Skarsgård is a freaking amazing actor, I just can't like that design is just hideous to me. Like it looks too jokerish. And then even when they announced the Bride of Frankenstein movie from Warner Brothers and they showed Christian Bale's Frankenstein and dude was all tatted up. I'm like, what is with I get it. Look, I get it.
Jared
People wear
Leto's
tats
Joker.
now. Yeah, Jared Leto's Joker. I get it. This generation's tatted up. Amazing. But you don't need to throw it on everybody. Like you don't need to make everything look like some like a modern greaser. You get what I'm saying? Like it just I don't know. It just looks stupid to me. Like his design was dumb. I'm still gonna watch the movie because I love The Crow, and I think Bill Skarsgård is a great character. FK Twigs isn't an actress, so I have no freaking clue how she's gonna be, but she's a fantastic singer and she has some really good music. But I don't know how she's gonna be as an actress. You get what I'm saying? Like Lady Gaga is fucking hit or miss as is.
Didn't she, Lady Gaga, win an award for one of those that Star is Born or
Yeah,
something?
for When a Star is Born. But I
I haven't
mean,
seen it,
that see, that was okay. That made me say, okay, I will give Lady Gaga a chance because at least she kind of showed progress. You get what I'm saying? She showed that she was actually going to the classes and taking this shit serious, you know? Because
yeah.
I saw Lady Gaga's acting ability on American Horror Story, and I would like to tell you that that shit was atrocious. I mean, it was fucking terrible. You know, her acting made me like turn the show off. Like she made that show hard as fuck to watch. It was terrible. But to see that she's made progress, and like I said, when I heard her The Star Is Born, I rolled my fucking eyes and I was like, really? Ugh. But then I watched it and that movie was freaking phenomenal, you know? And later I want to touch on the Joker a little bit because we're bringing up Lady Gaga. But for now, go back to The Crow with FKA Twigs. Hopefully FKA Twigs can kind of get that same momentum. And then Paul
Well,
Thurling tapped in and said A Star Is Born is a really good movie.
yeah, of course it is. I believe you. I'll take your word for it. Now, apparently everyone raves about it. It's just, I don't
You've
know.
never seen it?
No.
Really? Oh, dude,
Yeah.
you gotta watch it, dude. It has freaking look. I know that Lady Gaga is a question mark, but she's good
And
in
it's
the
not
damn
because of
movie.
her either. It's just country
It
music.
has it has Bradley Cooper. Bradley Cooper's an amazing actor.
I know. But
Bradley Cooper came a long way too, homie, because Bradley Cooper came a
I think
real
he's all
long
right
way.
as an actor. It just didn't lovey dovey, and I'm sure one of them dies, and it's very sad or something.
I just realized something. We're not getting. It says all except Facebook group. I think we're not getting chats from Facebook groups, just to let you know. So all the chats that are coming in are going to be coming through the YouTube accounts. They are not going to be on from the Facebook accounts, which sucks because like I mean, how can we make that happen? There should be a way to do that. It says we currently do not support sending messages to Facebook groups. Da 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 da. Maybe I don't know. Well, that's weird. It should work, but whatever.
All right.
What movie has no subtitles? But that movie has no subtitles, but it's a really good movie. Miss T chimed in and said that she told you to check out. Oh wait, never mind. It works. It says Facebook user. Was that you to test it out? Okay, yeah, it worked. Hey, cool. We get it.
I want to get back to The Crow before you go. Is that Tiffany?
Yeah, that's Tiffany.
Hello, Tiffany. I was going to say was just what I heard about the Crow, which sounds good to me. So, all right, there is a bit of Joker in it as well. But all right, so apparently on this one, they're in some kind of mental asylum, two of them together, and that's where they meet and they bond. Sound familiar? When they come out, the romance blossoms. Apparently, it's very, very love story heavy for the first half of the movie, and when she dies, the reason why is because they want you to believe. And I agree, if they can make me really believe in these two, yeah. When he goes on that rampage towards the second half of the film, yeah, that makes it for me. That will make it more kind of, what's the word? When like you believe in this, you believe in what's happened, you're hurt by it all. You want him to like blow people's heads off and stick guns in their eyes and knock them out. Do you know what I mean? But according to this, like the original, you see him in an apartment and these crazy people come in. And
all right, don't get too explicit because I don't. You know how people are about spoilers. I don't care about spoilers.
No, I don't know. No. I'm just saying it's just like the only difference is that these two meet in a mental institute, and for the first hour, it's supposed to be very love heavy. That kind
of
The
Crow.
Thing. Yeah, The Crow.
The first hour. The first act.
Yeah, first half is going to be very.
The first half.
Yeah.
That's a long ass time, bro. I don't know if I could do that. That sounds fucking pain wrenching.
What I heard, and then
freaking dude, Eric Draven and his girlfriend dying like the first act of freaking the original Crow. I don't need half an hour. I do not need half a movie of lovey-dovey shit. Look,
I will say though,
show me the characters, show the conflict, show that they love each other, have them get married, and then have somebody die. That's all I need. And then have old boy resurrect, figure out his little powers.
It's an action movie, so really we want to get to that. Do you know what I mean? But
yeah, like what the hell? I don't care about
believe and care about them. It will make a big difference to me. But it shouldn't really take a first hour to do that.
No, hell no, dude. Most of these no. A half of a movie to show me how much they love it. I really don't care. I don't need that much love in my life. Like I don't need that much love in my life. Like if I want to see that kind of love, I can watch a rom-com. You get what I'm saying? Like there's plenty of rom-coms I can watch, but if I want to see The Crow, I need your face painted. I need you to look like a girl that just got dumped after the prom with your mascara running. That's what I need. I don't need you marrying this person like halfway through the movie and I'm still finding out how much y'all love each other. Like I don't care. You can establish the fact that y'all care about each other but I can see that by the trailer. Y'all looking at each other with so much love in your eyes. That's all I need to see. That's it. That's all I need to see. You've established that y'all care about each other. Die and let's resurrect so we can get this action in. You get what I'm saying? That's man, I really hope you're. I hope that that's wrong.
I could be. It could be way off. I could be way
I
off. What
hope
was the other
so.
film we were
I
talking about?
pray you're wrong.
What was the other
That's the
movie?
movie that I'm gunning for to try to get a pre-screener for, by the way, because I'm trying not to pay to see that movie.
You were talking about another movie. What was that? A second ago.
Joker 2.
Oh no! All right. I'm sure it was something else. You were just talking about it.
The Crow. We were talking about The Crow.
No, you were
No, I
saying
said The Crow. I said The Crow and Saw 10, 11.
that was it. Yeah. All right. First of all, I don't know where to. Oh, hold on. Saw 10, 11. Isn't that supposed to take place now? I heard between 1 and 3 or 3 and 4.
Something like that. Because Saw 10.
Yeah.
Saw 10 was in between like 2 and 3 or something, right?
All right, but this one they're going to do that again. So basically, they're going to do like a in the middle of each one of them or something until they milk it. I mean, look,
but why are we calling it like 11 and 12 and shit? Like to me, look, here's the thing.
4.1.
I think I'm in the minority here, and I'm gonna say this very, very boldly. I liked Saw 10, but it wasn't as good as everybody said it is. Right? Like it's cool because Tobin Bell got a story. Tobin Bell got to talk. Tobin Bell, like, you know, you really cared about him. Like, it was cool because I got to see more Tobin Bell. But it's a dumbass movie. Bro got dropped off in the middle of Mexico and all of a sudden started freaking MacGyvering saw traps in the middle of nowhere. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was kind of dumb. And then that final act, being drowned and shit, like, and trying to save the little boy, man, that shit was dumb. But
as for the 10th movie, it was still, I still enjoyed it. It was entertaining. It was better than I thought. But
it was better than I thought. But I'm not like, what the fuck? Like, people are saying that it's the second best Saw movie. That's bullshit. The first 3 movies are better than that one.
I don't love 2, but
I don't love 2 either. But it's better than that one.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, look, I'm just saying, Tim was cool. I appreciate what they did. I love the fact that they brought something back. I love the fact that they didn't go with the Chris Rock. He was trying to get us to leave. I'm glad they didn't go that route. Amazing.
Yeah.
But
anything's better than that.
But come on, like, seriously though, like, we got to come up with some better ideas. What's up, Renamon? Renamon's in the house. Renamon's in the house. What's going on? He says, I hope Scary Movie Reboot will make fun of wokeness. We're getting there, sir. We're getting there, sir.
I don't think it will make fun of something that it will be, probably.
Oh, that's a good one. Let's get into it then. All right, so Paramount announces that they are rebooting or remaking or adding another installment to the Scary Movie franchise.
Yeah, reboot.
Is it a reboot or is it 6 or a reboot?
A reboot.
All right, for sure. So it's a reboot. Paramount announced that they want to go ahead and you know what's funny about this? I've been itching lately to watch Scary Movie. I don't know why. I've just had the urge to watch the first one because that shit is just so fucking funny. But you think that it's going to be woke? Explain.
Everything is. Right, everything is.
I can't say everything. We can't say everything.
I don't know. It just feels. It just
you can say majority, but everything is a very big blanket.
The point is that even when they're not doing it, you just think it is now because that's how your brain seems to be working with all these movies. I don't know if it will be woke, and I'd like to hope they take the piss out of that kind of culture. You know, there's woke and then there's real woke. You know, because like I said to you before, if Aliens came out tomorrow with Sigourney Weaver in the lead, everyone would lose their mind. Oh, it's woke. It would be
because of female lead.
Now, you're actually looking at that's woke, and it probably wasn't. It was probably written that way. You know, that the way it is. So, you know, but there is a culture out there that's over the top sometimes, and it feels like it's more important than the film. But
it depends on who's writing it. But I could definitely look. Here's the thing. This is what I need. All right, listen to me. All right, listen to me. Paramount, if you want this movie to do good, you gotta invite the Wayans brothers back. If you
Yeah,
don't
you
have
got.
the Wayans brothers back, you fucked.
Do you
The
know
reason,
actually one of the funniest things, even to this day? I can't remember all the films, right? But you remember what's his name, Wayne? Which one? Do you not? Oh,
Marlon, Sean, Keenan
Sean,
Ivory Wayans.
Sean, not Marlon, right? So do you remember? I think it's the second one where he was. he's he's like wearing this kind of yellow vest, string vest, and he goes, "Do I look gay in this?" And he was like, "What, that yellow string vest?" He goes, "Yeah." He goes, "No, no, you're all right." And then he pulls it up and makes it a belly top. He goes, "What about now?" I was like, "Shit." And then later on, do you remember the clown
Oh
comes
yeah,
out
yeah,
from
yeah.
under his bed, and he was like, "Ooh," and then the clown's
Yeah,
trying to
yeah,
get
yeah.
away. I
He
thought
gets
that was
dragged under
fun.
the bed and he's
Yeah,
like,
he was
"Oh,
like, "Ooh." I was like, "Oh shit, you fucked up." Yeah, but that
yeah."
shit was funny. That was that I
Nah,
remember.
Scary Movie is freaking hilarious. You gotta bring the Wayans brothers back because the reason why is because Marlon made two movies making fun of paranormal activity. I think it was two of them, and they were both fucking successful. So that goes to show you that he doesn't need them; they need him. You get what I'm
I'm
saying?
sure he might be because I think he own the rights to Scary Movie or something.
That
He
was
had
their movie because they were known for making the spoofs because they made Don't Be a Menace to South Central while drinking your juice in the hood. They made that movie. That movie was a freaking a spoof or of every freaking hood movie. Then they made Scary Movie. Their family is known for making those type of movies. Renamon tapped in and said that was Scary Movie 1 that you're talking about.
oh,
That's
was
what
it?
I thought too. I felt like it was Scary Movie 1. And then he also was telling his girl, he told his girl to put on the football gear, and he was and he was telling her, he was like, now get on me, now get to hit me. Like,
Yeah,
that
that
shit
was
was
fun.
funny.
But no, I don't know why I thought it was part two. But anyway, it doesn't matter. I take your word for it. But yeah, um,
The
but
clown thing is definitely part two, though.
the
The
only thing
clown thing
is,
where he raped the clown under the bed. I mean, I said that where I was supposed to say that on YouTube.
uh,
Whatever. Yeah. Oh, Paul says he likes Scary Movie 3 as his favorite. And then he also chimed in and said that he called it a wokey movie.
well, the only thing I will say is right. Every scary movie that came out always took the piss out of whatever kind of big movies that were around at the time, including Scream heavily. Scream, yeah, and I think was it. Yeah, it was heavy. It was Scream, mainly Scream. So when they make it today, they're gonna have to kind of do that with what's around today. It can't be a reboot exactly. And even is Ghostface even going to be the villain? I suppose Ghostface is still going, so maybe I can't see why not. But yeah, also it seems to be the time for those kind of what do you call them spoof type movies because they're remaking The Naked Gun at the moment
Oh yeah,
with
yeah, yeah.
Liam
Dang,
Nielsen.
dude, those are classics, dude. I remember watching
Nelson,
those movies.
OJ,
What's his name? Nelson. What?
Liam, no, Leslie Nelson.
Leslie Nelson.
Yeah, but we got
Leslie
Liam
Nelson is freaking
Nielsen.
iconic. I remember watching, dude. We lived in the era of spoofs and like, did you ever watch Mafia, the spoof of all the freaking mobster movies?
I don't think I saw that one. No.
That shit is funny, bro. That movie is hilarious. Where Barney's like watching porn or something, and then like a freaking Eskimo kicks the door down at the end of the movie and throws a spear at us. It's so random, dude, but it's funny. And then they have the dude, yeah, Mafia's dope. And then there's another Leslie Nielsen movie, dude.
But
The
I
one
think
where
it's
like
famous. Aeroplane. That was probably where it started.
probably, but there's one where he's running from a train or something, and then the train jumps off of the track and starts chasing him. I don't know which movie that is, but
I'm
it's
not
funny as
sure.
hell. And
Then
he's
he
like,
did
I think he's like a
Repossessed as well.
agent or something.
He did Repossessed as well, the Exorcist kind of
I heard
spoof.
about that.
Yeah, and that was Linda Blair was in that too as herself, But
Oh, really?
yeah,
Dang,
and
dude.
then
She kind of, yeah, she don't really like. She appreciates the Exorcist stuff, but I can tell like she kind of over it. She really over it.
well
But
over enough to come back again. And
I mean, they
in
probably look, man. They probably look. I can't knock Linda Blair because Linda Blair is honestly out there doing really good work for animals, especially dogs and cats. Well, mostly dogs. So every time she goes to these conventions, all of that money goes to her foundation. like all of it. So I mean, she's canceled like meetings. Like I remember she canceled a meeting at one of the conventions, and I was kind of mad about it. But I remember she said, like, look, man, like we got like there was like fires going on at this time in LA, and they were saying like she was like, you know what, like forget that convention, like we got dogs and shit that we got to go save and take them to a location where they're safe and they could get treated for anything that they have. So they were boots on the ground going to go save animals from an area where it was like ravaged by a wildfire. So kudos to her for that, you know.
Not really. You should forget the dogs. Let them burn. She should turn up to these things. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Says the guy that has like what a house full of animals. Renamon tapped in and said, "What are the funniest spoof movies you've seen?" Definitely, dude. The first two scary movies are freaking iconic. Like those are iconic. Then you have Don't Be a Menace. That's iconic. I'm going to Get You, Sucker. Iconic. I'm trying to remember the damn movie with Mafia. Like I just said, iconic, funny, super underrated, hilarious. Especially because it makes fun of that one scene where the little boy is sitting with his grandfather and whatever. What movie is that? The little boy is sitting with his grandfather in a garden, and it's in an Italian mob movie.
No idea.
It has to be one of the Godfather movies.
The Godfather, yeah. That's the first Godfather, yeah.
Okay, yeah. So exactly. So they make fun of it. They turn the little boy into Chucky. It's hilarious. Like he's running around and killing his dad with like freaking like plant poison or something.
Okay. When it comes to spoofs, it's been a while, and I remember when it was a time when it was getting oversaturated with them. Do you know what I mean? Like there was Meet the Spartans, like doing the 300.
And they did the one about Fast and the Furious too. I was just about to mention that, but those were dumb.
And then there was one that wasn't too bad. It was the superhero movie.
Is Kung Pao Enter the Fist considered a spoof?
I don't know.
Like is Kung Pao, and then what's the other one? Kung Pao Enter the Fist, and what's the other one?
The one, oh god, I know it's gonna do my head in. It's the one in that they're all living in that kind of estate kind of building with the woman with the curls in her hair and all that. You talking about that one?
What is the name of it? Kung Pao, and then damn, Kung Fu Hustle. Yep, thanks, babe. Kung Fu Hustle.
Yes, Tiffany. Yeah, that was
Kung
really,
Fu Hustle.
That's one of my favorites, actually.
Dude, Kung Fu Hustle and Kung Pao are freaking hilarious, dude.
Kung Fu Hustle was really good. I'm not sure if I've seen Kung Pao.
Kung Pao is funny. It's some white guy, like kind of like spoofing being in those movies. I think he's like in front of a screen or something. It's funny. But anyway, speaking of which, we mentioned Lady Gaga earlier, so I want to kind of ask everybody's opinion. Shout outs to the 3 people in my live chat. Shout out to the 5 people in somewhere out there in YouTube land or Facebook place. If you're on Facebook, send a comment so that we can see what you're doing, man. I'm glad that you guys are here. Interact with us.
And
interact with us. Renamon says he likes Epic movie. I haven't seen that, but I know that sounds like the one that makes fun of action movies.
I think I've seen that, but
I've heard of it.
And you lot see that superhero movie that took the piss out of Spider-Man and stuff like that. That wasn't bad. Actually, Leslie Nielsen was on that too. Anyway, regardless. Lady Gaga, what were you saying about her?
Oh, how did you feel about the Joker trailer?
It looks like it's in tone with the last one. Yeah, I don't like musicals, and I don't think it's a full-on musical. I think they're going to have moments where they're singing popular songs, you know, and I don't mind if as long as it's not taking over the whole film. But as far as the trailer is concerned, it looks exactly like the first in tone. Do you know what I mean? Lady Gaga, I mean, I've never seen her in anything, so I heard she's all right. And when it comes to Harley Quinn, I suppose she's not a bad choice for Harley Quinn, really. You know what I mean?
Look, my wife said something that I thought was a better idea than her. She said Emma Stone should have been freaking Harley Quinn. I agree with that shit.
Well, you know what? Give the girl a chance. Like, apparently she did really good in that last film.
But Emma Stone, did you see Cruella?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Okay, then that's all you need to say. Cruella, her and Cruella was amazing. She could have easily been a freaking. She could have easily been Harley Quinn. It's the same character.
Emma Stone's a decent actress, and
she was a great actress, dog. That's why I'm
I've never seen her in anything. But I just think like, yeah, all right, she's got to look. I know a lot of people are raving because she isn't the typical psychiatrist that falls in love. She's actually an inmate as well.
She's a
But
patient, yeah.
if you look at the first Joker movie, a lot of that wasn't the storyline. Everything was all kind of a lot different anyway in general. So they're doing their own thing. I don't mind
Or
that.
maybe they'll make her a former psychiatrist that just got put. But then also, she seems like an inmate, but at the same time, she was visiting him. So,
She could have both.
like
No.
she has freedom because we see several scenes of her outside of the institute, right? When she was like, I want to see who you really are, and she does a little smiley thing or whatever, and he goes,
Well,
does that big goofy ass
I think
smile.
the trailer looks like exactly how the first one was. It doesn't look any different. It just looks exactly that. They've got the right tone. Everything looks good. I mean, really, was it a trailer or a teaser? Was it a
Nah, that was a trailer, dude. It was too long to be a teaser.
Yeah.
It's way too long to be a teaser. It's over 2 minutes.
When is the
Like,
film out? Is it October?
This October.
Yeah. Well, look,
October
I
something
got a
like
feeling
6 or some
gonna
shit.
be- It's going to be good. I got a feeling it's going to be good. Going by the trailer, it looks like it's in tone. I do want to see some of the musical numbers just to see,
Oh,
how,
October 4th. Thanks, man.
But apart from that, I'm on board anyway.
Oh yeah, dude. I think it's gonna be. Look, me personally, I think the movie's gonna be fantastic. I was very skeptical about it, but see, the thing is, I can live with musicals. Like, I mean, I saw Sweeney Todd. I've seen a couple other ones. I can live with it. It doesn't bother me like that. But the thing that did bother me was I was like, well, the first Joker wasn't a musical, so yeah, so it wasn't a musical, so I was like, I don't see why they would do that. Now, thinking about the Joker 2 did kind of implement music into it. I mean, Joker 1, it did implement music into it, like where he goes into that one scene and he's like doing a little, and he's dancing, right? That that scene, that was a musical kind of thing when he's going down the stairs and they're playing that one song.
Gary
Yeah, they're playing the one song and he's doing the kicks or whatever. That's a musical number, right? The thing about Joker 1 is they implemented music really well into it. And I mean, dude, the song that they picked for that trailer, fantastic, dude. Like that, I don't know, like everything just went so well. The transitioning in the trailer was so well. I 100% believe in Todd Phillips as a director. Like, I am all in with this freaking guy. That there was that transition where they're waltzing and I guess like the dream sequence or whatever, and then it flips and then it goes to like they're waltzing and then like everything around them is burning.
I actually think that the musical numbers will be some kind of vision, not a vision, but a dream sequence, and each between them, or a delusion between them, like when they're probably killing loads of people and then singing a song and it's all dancing and stuff in the background, but the reality of it is it's mayhem and protests and riots, that kind of thing. I don't think it's going to be in their minds rather than the everyone else, don't know yet, but that's the way I think it might go.
Yeah, I think so too. Let's see what Renamon has to say. Renamon tapped in and he says, I wonder if Joker 2 will have a twist where the movie takes place in Harley Quinn's insane mind. That might be something, because we did watch the first movie and we sat there and we thought that him and what's that girl's name, Zazie Beetz, that they was dating and shit. And then you get to the end of the movie and you find out that none of that shit happened, right? You find out that he was still a loner and nobody loved him. So that was kind of baffling.
It might be. Before you carry on, I wanted to bring up, what do you think of the idea of Mufasa, the prequel to Lion King?
Yeah, so you mentioned it, right? And you said that it was going to be a live action type thing, right? With the CGI.
It was on Disney CinemaCon.
Man, they need to go back to the classic animation. Go back. Look, this is how you know it'll work. X-Men 97 has been beloved by everybody. Everybody has had nothing but good shit to say about X-Men 97. Have you heard of all the good shit that they've been saying about X-Men 97? Especially the last episode. Shout out, I ain't spoiling it for nobody, but Gambit and Magneto, They dope as fuck in them episodes. So if you ain't seen X-Men 97, get off your ass and go watch it. It's 5 episodes so far. But if they were able to show us X-Men 97 and then you bring it back and give us that classic feel, why the fuck can't Disney do that with The Lion King?
All right, the last Lion King hit $1 billion. It grossed over $1 billion.
That's because everybody took their kids to go see it.
That's the reason why they'll probably everything they're doing that seems to be doing this transition.
But imagine how much money they would make if they do The Lion King like the people that saw the original Lion King when it first came out.
Agree. That's what I want.
You get what I'm saying?
When it comes to,
we're talking $2 billion.
I think a lot of people now are looking forward to this kind of new type of, and let's face it, when we call it live action, they're not. It's still animated, isn't it? Really, it's CGI animated. Apparently, this animation or this CGI is another level of realness, like compared to the other one. But regardless of that, I would say Mufasa was probably my favorite character, or Scar in the original Lion King. You know, and the idea of, if they do it right, of them growing up and how he becomes king and Scar being a prick the whole time. Do you know what I mean? That kind of shit out of Scar he was horrible shit. I was just saying I don't mind the idea. I mean, it's not.
Who's going to play Mufasa's dad?
I don't know, but I mean,
yeah, see, you gotta, you know, like
I don't know. And
what's the dude that does the Allstate commercials?
Hey,
what's the dude's name that does the Allstate commercials?
We don't have those over here. Over in the UK.
Hey, I know. Look, my Dennis Haysbert. Dennis Haysbert. That's his name. What movies has he done? He was in Heat. But anyway, he was in. Now he has a deep ass voice. He does. So I think he'll be.
Hold on. He's in the film Heat with Robert De Niro.
Yeah, he has a deep ass voice.
Like a real gravelly voice.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah, all right. If he's a villain on that, as far as I know, but yeah, I mean, I don't know.
He was Donald.
The person who can play a proper father is James Earl Jones, and I wouldn't mind if they brought him back to do that, you know. But who could play? I mean, who could possibly play James Earl Jones' father? I mean, it's impossible. God,
what's that? What's his name? Keith Davis.
That's it.
Keith Davis, the dude. Isn't that the dude from The Thing?
Yeah, but you know, when it comes to that powerful, deep Darth Vader, Mufasa voice.
I mean, look, I'm just saying because bro, it sounds like have you seen Gargoyles? I mean, dude has a voice, and he was Spawn, and he plays Spawn on the HBO series. He has a dope ass voice.
Earl Jones is on this anyway. You know, they're playing a younger version. It might be just somebody else. You know.
Also, I think who else? You know who Loki has a deep ass voice too? Michael Jai White.
Or that dude from Shogun. The English dude.
You gonna have a Shogun? Oh,
the English dude from Shogun. He sounds like a gravelly version of Russell Crowe. You know, with his British accent.
Tiffany says the guy from Joyride. Candy cane. Oh, candy. You know what I just found out? That's Buffalo Bill. I didn't know that.
Yeah. Would you want to fuck me? Yeah.
Yeah, put the fucking lotion in the basket. That shit is fun, dude. It was so funny. We're watching Joyride, right? And I'm like, who is this voice actor? We're thinking like, who's the actor? Who's the voice actor? I was like, because I know there's a voice actor and an actor are two different people. And then I look up the voice actor and it was like, who the fuck? I was like, why does his name sound familiar? And I look and I'm like, oh, that's the dude from freaking from Silence of the Lambs. I'm telling Tiffany, I'm like, hey. And then she was like, who the fuck is that? I'm like, the dude Buffalo Bill, the one that does a little dance. And she's like, who the hell is that? And I was like, the one that plays this song. And she's like, oh, I know what you're talking about. And then she was like, I can't hear it though. And I'm like, and I'm thinking to myself, like, it makes sense. Like I'm hearing his voice in Candy Cane. I'm hearing that, and I'm thinking, put the fucking lotion in the basket. That's what I'm thinking of. And And she's like, I can't hear it. I'm like, I hear it, dude. It's fun. It made me laugh so much, like listening to that movie. But that's another movie that should be. I think they could remake that movie, Joyride. They can remake that movie, but put the fucking lotion in the basket. That shit is hilarious, dude. Scar has a comic book about his origin. Also, Disney made. Hey, hold up. Renamon coming in, dropping the knowledge. He says Scar has a comic book about his origin. Also, Disney made an origin comics in 2024 for all of their villains. Okay.
Okay.
I didn't even know that.
Even did
Shout out
I.
to Renamon with the knowledge.
I love Scar. He's one of the best villains ever.
Him and Hades from Hercules, fucking hilarious. Hades from Hercules is hilarious. Did you hear about Chucky's Chucky's Megan cameo in his TV show?
No.
You look like you're panicking. You're like, wait, what?
Hold
All
on.
right, so look.
No, I heard something about Chucky recently, and I was trying to think what was it, and no, I haven't heard
Facebook
that.
user says, hey, what's up, Facebook user? Tap in, talk more. I love to see the interaction. Facebook user says Joyride was good. Has 2 sequels. Definitely, Joyride is okay. The sequels aren't that good, but they're fun. I'll give them that much. The first Joyride is classic. The sequels are like they're okay, but they were fun.
I haven't seen the sequels at all.
What was I telling you, Chucky? Right? So they made a team. Remember I told
Jonathan Rogers.
Remember we were talking about how they wanted to do a cross. I don't know if I ever made a video about it, but me and Del Boy talked about it with the twins, and we talked.
Watch it.
You said what?
I hope they watch it. Then stop talking to us again.
But yeah, so we were talking about it, and I was talking about how they were talking about a Megan Chucky crossover. I mean, they're both sharing it. They're both at the same parent company, so it's more than likely that this could happen. And apparently in Chucky the TV series, there was a cameo, right? It's not that kind of cameo to the point where she would exist. She exists in this universe, but as a movie. She doesn't exist in this universe as an actual like character, so on and so forth. Because apparently he was flipping channels and watching all of these killer doll movies, and one of the movies was Megan, right? So she exists in this universe, but it's not like it's kind of like in Halloween 3. Michael Myers exists in that universe because Halloween is a movie in that movie. Yeah. You know, so it's kind of like that. It's one of those type things.
Oh, that's what I heard. Right. So you know the creator of Chucky, what's his name? You know who I'm talking about? The guy
Don Mancini.
Right. He's saying he's bringing out a new movie, Chucky movie, that's in canon with the TV series. You know, I'm like, I don't care. I stopped watching that after season 1. You know, but I do think the reason for that is the build up to maybe a crossover and actual verses or whatever. You know, with Megan.
Yeah, because Megan 2 is supposed to be coming out next year's, and the Megan 2 is coming out next year, so I'm assuming that he's going to try to aim for that too. Facebook user also says, "Hi, Derek." So just throwing it out there. Facebook user says, "Hi, Derek."
All right, let me check. Who is that? Say your name because it doesn't come up on this.
Yeah, it doesn't come up on there. It just says Facebook user. So yeah, so I mean, look,
Hello, Jonathan. How you doing?
I'm for the idea. I'm all for the idea of a crossover. I love fighting movies. You get what I'm saying? Fighting movies are awesome. Hey, what's going on, chat? I see 5 people are live in my chat. Tap in and say hello, man. Y'all better show y'all faces. Say something. If you are on Cinema Chop Chop, speak. Speak now. Come on, man. Miss T showing the support. So is Renamon. Come on, the rest of y'all don't be ghostly. Tap in.
Say something.
Don't be lurkers. But anyway, yes, I like crossover movies. I kind of been wanting to rewatch Freddy vs. Jason. We haven't had a freaking horror movie since then. Facebook user says it's Jonathan. So we haven't had we have not had a versus movie since Freddy vs. Jason. Alien versus Predator, the second one. So we're kind of past due for it. I want to see it. Megan versus Chucky. I
That
think it'll be entertaining.
but a
I'm
Freddy
down
versus
for it.
Jason sequel should have really happened. They really
Right? They
should.
dropped the ball, dude. That movie made money, right? Like
I think
I
it
feel like
become
it made money.
too much red tape. I think they were trying to throw in. I don't know. I think something to do with Hellraiser
Yeah,
and
Tenet was supposed to come out at the end of the movie.
stuff, and then they tried to get Ash, and then there was more rights and more problems and all that. So what? Forget it.
There's a comic book about that. There's so many versus comic books.
Yeah,
It's
I
crazy.
know. But you know what? If you can't get them all, just do a sequel to the first one with the same two in it again. Fuck it. Do you know what I mean? It was fun.
Right? All I
That's
need.
it.
That's all I need. Real quick, did you hear about the Paramount confirms that they're doing the Transformers GI Joe live action movie?
Yes, yes, I've heard. Yeah,
I mean, they basically hinted at it in the last Transformers
yeah, I
movie, but
know.
honestly, I don't care. Like the Transformer movies are fucking boring to me now. Like I don't
think the
find
one
them
was bad.
entertaining.
Yeah, I'm kind of fatigued with it all. Bumblebee was decent. The last one wasn't bad, but I was never a big GI Joe. I know it's got a big, huge fan base. I was always a Transformer kind of kid. GI Joe was never one for me. But are they just milking it? Have they run out of ideas for Transformers? I don't know. I don't know. I don't care. I'm sure people do though. I'm sure there's a lot of people want to see that. You know the GI Joe films, one with Dwayne the Rock Johnson and what's the other dude from Magic Mike? What's that dude? What's his name again?
Shannon Tatum.
Yeah, I thought they were terrible movies. But anyway, regardless, so they don't do this. I don't know.
I got one for you. I know this is random as shit. I'm just throwing them out there as I'm reading them. The direct, and I really want to have this conversation. I feel like it's gonna be a good conversation. How do you feel about the director for Candyman set to direct 28 years later? Who they're possibly looking at her.
When you say director of Candyman, you mean the remake?
The remake. They're planning on. They're planning on. It's a girl, and they're planning on her to remake it. Well, not remake it, but they're planning on her to direct it, and then also on top of that, it's supposed to be a trilogy.
Well, I know about the 28 days later, 28 years later, which we're not far off 28 years later compared to the first one. It's definitely 25 or 3 or 4 anyway. But I don't know what else has she done over Candyman. What else has she done?
She hasn't. She hasn't. She's done like some little shit. She hasn't done anything big.
It wasn't a bad directed movie, and I mean, was it her first movie?
Yeah, I think so. Nia DaCosta.
It's been a while, so I'd have to revisit. But there is a lot.
See, but here we go.
Was
But you have no opposition for it, right? Because of you feel like her directing was solid, right?
For what I remember, but it's been a cool minute.
But here's a conversation that I've been seeing had, and I want to kind of like reflect on and have it here because I feel like it's a good conversation to have. I hear this a lot. People see movies where they associate something with being woke, and then they see a director of said movie, and then they say this shit's going to be woke because that person's involved. I would like to implore you guys that she is a director, not a writer. All right. Like, I think you guys keep getting these ideas like not you guys, not this audience in particular, but people out there in TV land. They get these ideas.
Or James Cameron. If you were Ridley Scott or James Cameron, then it doesn't matter what the writers fucking say. They come in and say what they fucking want. If they want to say woke shit, they can. But with someone like this girl who's only ever done one film, and now they're giving her 28 days later, I'd say she has zero say in what goes on. Just direct it in her vision, if you get what I mean. So yeah. I haven't seen any woke. I mean, who's saying woke about this? She's a female director. So what?
I mean, as soon as it got announced, people in the comment section were like, "Oh, this is woke," and da 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 da. This is going to be woke, huh?
Was Candyman woke?
But see, but this is the conversation that I had with people. If then go watch the original Candyman because you're going to say that shit's woke too. I mean, the movie literally talks about.
I remember any part of that, but it's been a while. But anything that sticks out in my mind wasn't woke.
The original Candyman literally talks about gentrification. It talks about police harassment and like police ignorement of the black community. It has all of these social issues embedded in the damn movie. Freaking Tony Todd's character, Daniel Robitaille, was killed because he had fell in love with a white woman and got killed. So I mean, at the end of the day, like there's so many like social justice elements within that movie already. So like let's stop acting like the original Candyman didn't have these elements in it. But regardless of that, they're looking at it as a lot of people have dubbed the next Candyman as a woke movie. I do feel like some of the social issues presented in that movie were forced, and I don't feel like they were done tastefully. So I understand what people are saying about with the sequel or reboot sequel to the Candyman movie, right? I understand where people are coming from, but Nia DaCosta does not have any say in 28 years later. She is simply a director. I want you to film it, give it, you have a vision, this is the script, make it work, right? That's all that she has to do. She does not have it unless she's getting writing credits on this shit. I am tired of people basically saying that once they see a director that was involved in a project where they deem it to be woke, they then start to rebel against it. Example, Halloween, the director for Halloween, whatever his fucking name is, the one that did Exorcist Believer, he stepped down from Exorcist Believer, and everybody's like celebrating, like, well, maybe the next sequel will be better because he's not involved. What the fuck are you talking about? He wrote the trilogy to the new Exorcist movie. He can step away all he wants, but that script is his baby. He slides that shit to there, and that this is his vision. He wrote the shit. So let's stop acting. Y'all need to start getting mad at these writers instead of these directors. Like they're conflating the two. Like you're getting the two confused.
And
That's what's been irritating me lately.
The company as well. They say, right, you're writing this, okay, but you need to add this into it as well. You know, if you're a small time writer, you got to just do it. You know what I mean? You want to get your like your baby out there. You got to do shit like that. But directors, especially just normal small time. I wouldn't say she's small time at the moment. She did Candyman, but
she's definitely small time. She hasn't done anything
to like any big director who have complete control and say what they want and do what they want. Then there's difference. So yeah, I mean, but 28 years later, the thing about that is, I always believed that 28 days later started the second rush of zombie movies, and then Dawn of the Dead and all that. Yeah, but are we at the point where we've had too
many zombie? Yeah, definitely. I'm fucking over zombie movies already.
That's what I mean. Like, I will say I
will say this though. Lisa Frankenstein was a dope ass movie. It's not really a zombie movie, but Lisa Frankenstein was a dope ass movie. You should watch that. It really feels like a Tim Burton film.
What was it? What was, like, you know, Train to Busan?
Love that movie. Classic, bro.
That came out when I felt like the decline of zombie movies were, you know, it was already like getting too much, but it came out and it was like, wow, this was good. You know,
that might be. Look, I'm conflated with that movie. I feel like it's either A, the best zombie movie I've ever seen, or B, it's the second best. I'm very close to putting it over Night of the Living Dead, the original. It's just that damn good. It has so much great character development, but also so does Night of the Living Dead, the original. So it's kind of, it really is hard for me. But that movie is definitely top 3 zombie movies of all time, like easily.
I still think 28 Days Later is definitely
28 Days Later is an amazing movie. Let's get to some of the chats because let me tap in with some of the people in the chat because I don't want them to feel like we're being ignored. All right, so Superman and Batman had 2 crossovers with the Xenomorphs and others with the Predator. I've heard about that.
I never knew that, and I'm a big Superman fan. Superman and
Batman.
I know
Batman has a Spawn
Alien and Predator.
I know Batman has a Spawn comic book crossover coming up. I think
Superman would annihilate all the aliens and
Monster House might be getting a sequel. The director of Monster House said they will return.
That cartoon that was pretty good back in the day.
Monster House was good. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I like that movie.
I wasn't even interested in it. I see it, and you know what? I enjoyed it a lot.
I think we just saw it just to watch a movie, and I was like, "Yo, that was actually pretty damn good." Yeah. Renamon asked if we have seen any of the Digimon movies. I have not seen any of the Digimon movies, but I was a huge freaking Digimon fan when I was a kid. I was trying to be a Digidestin. I wanted an Agumon and I wanted a Vmon for sure. I remember having a stupid ass the Digivice thing. They had the little one that was it was like a what are they called? The freaking the Gigapets back in the day. It was kind of like that. And you had to walk with it, right? and when you walk with it, like it's shaking, makes your Digimon and grow or whatever, or you could just sit at home and like shake it. And then now that I'm thinking about it, it looks like you're like masturbating or whatever. But anyway, so yeah, but I had the black one. I had a black Digivice. I think it was from season 3 or some shit. And I remember like in order to make your Digimon evolve, you had to shake the shit out of that thing. But it was fun though, man. Like I was a huge Digimon fan, like for real, for real. I love Digimon. I saw the original movies when they came out, the OG movies when they came out, but that's about it. Real quick, one more thing before. Oh my god, Velma season 2 is getting a fucking Velma's getting a season 2. Velma season 1 was so trash, bro. Like that show is cringy. Anyway, have you seen Velma?
Nope.
You don't want to, bro. Velma is cringy as fuck, dude. Like that is such a cringy ass show. What else? Five Nights at Freddy 2 gets the green light,
No
but we
shit.
already knew that it made too much money. Like, why are you announcing this like we didn't know this shit? It made way too much money. Have you seen the Maxine trailer?
No.
All right, it looks good. It looks promising. Like, I'm not.
I'm funny when I'm really when it comes to trailers. It's been so many things have been ruined for me so many times now. It has to be
They
special
show
to go and watch
they
it.
filmed a lot of that movie at Universal Studios in the backlot. Like when you go on a tram, a lot of the locations in that film are on the backlot. Like you drive right past them. It's crazy. Like the Bates Motel's there, they show that, and the Bates house, they show that too.
Love that movie.
What else? Let's see. I mean, there's nothing really like big, anything else that I want to talk about, but um, we have 7 people here apparently watching us, so you can ask us any damn question that you have, any question whatsoever that you have for us. Go ahead and tap in, ask
You heard
away.
anything about the new Civil War? Is it getting good reviews? And
I've
yeah,
heard, yeah, dude, that movie's been talked about for like a whole freaking year. And I did it come out already or no?
it's out this weekend, as far as I know.
Yeah, my homeboy saw it. He said it's good. He said it's good, and I've heard nothing but good reviews prior to that from people that have seen screeners. One of my family members recently saw the new Bad Boys movie, Bad Boys 4. He saw it already. He says it's actually pretty damn good. He says it's better than the last one.
Okay.
Um, Facebook user says I'm excited for Joker 2. We had that conversation earlier. You missed out a little bit. Ask away any questions. I got 5 people in my chat, man. What y'all doing? Say something.
I mean, I'll be honest with you. All right. So when it comes to the first Joker, I liked it. I didn't love it like you did, and my son.
I loved it. That was one of the best movies that came out that year.
I watching it the second time, I appreciated it more because I knew what I was expecting this time. But it's still like you have to admit, like as a standalone movie, forget about it being connected to any Batman or DC and all that shit. It's a messed up movie. It really is. It goes into the psyche of real mental health issues and stuff like that. And if you watch it, because obviously I go in, it's the Joker. I wasn't expecting Batman, but I was expecting it to be closer to the story that I know. And it wasn't. And I was, what's this? Also, I always said, like, the Joker, he's clever. He's very smart. I mean, in his madness. And I felt like this guy, he's a bit of a simpleton. Do you know what I mean? He's not going to be able to create armies and do all this crazy shit. But regardless of that, after watching it the second time, I enjoyed it more. And I am looking forward to seeing this next.
It's crazy because that movie is so cinematic. Like that's like right up your alley. Like it's a great movie. It tells a good. Once I got over the fact that this is not going to be. Look, here's the thing. The thing that made that movie easily digestible is the fact that Joker doesn't have an official origin story. There's stories out there. There's things out there there's some ideas. There's some like what if scenarios and shit. There's some speculations or whatever. But there's no official origin for the Joker. So anything could be possible. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm just like, I'm okay with this. It's whatever. It's a character study. And when you watch it, this dude really took freaking Taxi Driver and King of Comedy and just smashed them together. Both of those films are amazing. I saw people referencing King of Comedy and I've never seen the movie, right? and I saw King of Comedy. I was blown away. Like, how the fuck did I miss this movie? This is an amazing damn
Really
movie.
good. Yeah, yeah, it is.
Uh,
And Robert De
what are
Niro's on
your
it.
thoughts on the Good Times reboot? Good Times, like the TV show? Like, what are we talking about? Or like Good Times with what's dude's name?
I don't know.
Good Times reboot. Let's see.
I've no heard. I've
Oh
never.
snap! They made Good Times, but like as a cartoon. What is that? Like Good Times, like JJ, like the Chicago, like Dynamite. That
No.
nah. Is that if that's supposed to be Good Times? That shit looks terrible. Hey, looking at these pictures, it looks terrible. Renamon. Whoa, that looks bad. Like terrible. It looks like the Proud Family animation. Thoughts about the Never Ending Story remake coming out? Facebook user says that.
All right. So I
You're
know a lot of
never.
people. All right. So Neverending Story. All right, Jonathan. I know Jonathan loves. All right. Jonathan Rogers is a big Neverending Story fan. I know this from Facebook. Now, I am a huge Neverending Story fan, like Jonathan. Like it's my number one childhood film of all time. So, like a lot of people, when you hear there's going to be a remake, all of a sudden, the first instinct is to start smashing things. You know what I mean? But there is more to this. Now, the book that was written wasn't really the Neverending Story movie as we know it. Like even the writer said, "Take my name off that film because that's nothing to do with my book." So I'm hoping that if they, all right, so the book was more like Lord of the Rings or Narnia. It was like dark, it was dingy. I mean, do you know you've seen it obviously, Davey, right? So you know the
Yeah.
bit, you
Okay,
know the
I've
bit at
seen
the
it,
end.
but it's been a very long time since
Right.
I've seen
Well,
it.
at the end, where just before all the good things happen, she there's a grain of sand, and she says to him, "Take this bit of sand and make a wish, and you can keep wishing. And the more you wish, the more of Fantasia comes back." But what she failed to tell him was the more he wishes, the more he forgets, and he ended up stranded on Fantasia, and he blaming the Empress. So he creates an army to come and go and take her down and kill her and destroy her, that kind of thing. That was untouched on the book. If they go along and do what the book and do it more like Lord of the Rings dark, like the book was supposed to be, that could be good. I mean, it don't have to touch the original. It never will. But if they do their own thing and follow the book, I would be interested in seeing that because technically the Neverending Story really wasn't made. Not really. It was I've forgotten the German guy's name, but he made that, and it was kind of he took liberties, he changed this, changed that, and all that. I think part two does touch upon what I'm talking about a little bit, but it went off course again. So if they do what I'm saying, I would be on board for watching a real full story of Neverending Story done Lord of the Rings style. That's my
Okay.
take. What do you think,
Ren-
Jonathan? What's your
Renamon
opinion?
tapped back in and said that the Good Times remake is apparently made by the McFarlane company. So the dude that made Spawn apparently is remade the fucking Good Times characters. That sounds crazy. But anyway, any more questions, guys? I mean, we had some Terrifier news, but at the news wasn't really that big. I mean, Terrifier 3 should be coming out this year in October. If you guys are Terrifier fans, then yeah, you already know the business. But apparently, David Howard Thornton said while filming, this is the first time that this ever happened, that he almost vomited because what just happened was so disgusting that he almost lost his
It
lunch.
must be pretty bad because, like, if you watch the first two,
Yeah,
like,
right.
like his threshold for vomiting, I don't know what that is, but it's pretty bad. I mean, I have to say, I have to give it like, do you remember on the second one when it was so original but so obvious? Do you know when you all those cuts and he was putting salt on it?
Yeah.
I mean, what like I mean, who's never thought of doing that? But yeah, that was you know what he's whatever makes him sick, it must be pretty bad. So let's wait and see
Yeah.
till it's over.
Yeah, so he's apparently lost his lunch, and then so one of the actors from the remake to the Monsters, the Rom Zombie version, he's gonna be in Terrifier 3, but also I mean they've already had a couple of names pop up, so Yeah, I also got a video about one of the surprise guests supposedly, but I mean, we'll see if she still has a job after it was leaked. But anyway, yeah. So Terrifier 3, that's like minor stuff, but I'm looking forward to that. It's coming out this year. I'm also looking forward to In a Violent Nature, right? The basically Friday the 13th from fucking Jason's point of view. I think that's a really cool original idea. If you guys haven't seen it already, Late Night with the Devil, fantastic film.
I'm looking forward to
Definitely check
seeing
that out. Um, yeah, I mean, I'm look. This is a good year for horror. Like, I'm looking forward to seeing Sting. Right, I want to see Abigail, but I think I might wait for streaming. What else? Killer Clowns getting their video game, right? Killer Clowns from Outer Space getting a video game. I think they're
it.
trying to do this to gain a little bit of momentum so that they can get a sequel made because
I
they've
would
been really
prefer a
pushing for a
sequel than a
sequel.
reboot, and
Huh?
I prefer a sequel than a reboot, if you know what I mean.
You know what's wild? I can look. Here's the thing. I think that low key a sequel's already. I mean, come on, dude. Blumhouse does dumb shit. Blumhouse does so much shit. Blumhouse has partnerships with freaking Universal. And then Universal holds the rights to, I think Universal has partial rights or some sort of rights to using some of the Killer Clown products. I mean, well, they kind of, I ain't gonna lie, dude. Killer Clown shit has been, they've been giving that license away. Like I've seen so many companies make Killer Clown shit. NECA, Trick or Treat Studios, Universal. I mean, there's so many people that have been doing Killer Clown shit. But anyway, I mean, Spirit Halloween has so much Killer Clown. Funko, right? But anyway, to the point. Killer Clowns, a Killer Clown sequel's got to be happening. It has to be happening soon. It's the only thing that makes sense.
I mean, rebooting it because, like, let's face it, like,
Man, Renamon, man, you got look. You made me think Spawn did this shit. He says Seth MacFarlane, so the dude that did Family Guy. Okay, man, look, that's even worse. That's even worse. He says it's going to be a modern. It's about the new generation of Evans. Nah, man, come on, dude. That shit sounds
I have
terrible.
no idea what any of it is.
You've never seen Good Times?
Never even heard of it.
Man, dude, we should do a reaction to you watching the Good Times. I need to make we should do reactions and you watch old black TV shows.
Okay.
I think that would be good. Like we got to put you on. Have you ever seen The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air?
Really? I was brought up on that shit, man. That
Okay,
was I watched them every day after school to see that.
Are you fucking with me? Or are you serious?
No, for real.
Okay, cool.
Right.
Have you seen Martin?
Martin? No.
Martin Lawrence's TV show? No.
No, I was never.
Have
a
you
big
seen
fan.
Jamie Foxx's TV show?
Jamie Foxx?
Yeah.
No.
Okay. Have you seen the Wayans Brother TV show?
Maybe. I've seen a lot of that shit. I don't
No,
know.
but their TV series though.
Nope.
Nah, yeah, come on, we got to do this shit. We're gonna have to crack some shit off on the third reel.
Hey.
We're gonna have to do some. Any questions that you guys have in the chat for your boys? Anything whatsoever? Somebody said Dynamite. Derek wouldn't know about that shit because he never watched.
I've seen Dynamite with Michael J. White.
Bitch, it is not Michael J. White. Michael J. White, get out of here.
What was that film with Michael J.
We
White?
talking about JJ.
When he was doing the 70s kind of shaft.
Good times. Hanging in a chow line. Nobody knew what the fuck that shit said. Hanging in a chow line. Nobody knew what the fuck that thing said. I thought it said, I didn't know what they said. They said hanging in a chow line. What the fuck is a chow line? You would know that. You're British. It sounds like some British shit.
I don't know.
It's a lunch line. It's a lunch line, but still. Anyway, any questions for us before we head out of here? We'll wait here for like 5 minutes. Let you guys think about your questions. Let them simmer. Go ahead, ask away. Any questions, any movie topics, music topics, whatever you got, we will answer them to the best of our abilities. Right? I got a Megan shirt on right now. You know what I'm saying? With her big ass head. What are we doing?
Best vampire movie.
Fuck. Dracula.
That's
Bela Lugosi.
I don't know. I always go with Lost Boys, but I do like Dusk Till Dawn.
Can I be honest with you? I have not watched all of Lost Boys. I haven't watched that movie all the way through. I haven't watched all of Dust Till Dawn all the way through. Uh
You're
I
taking
have
a piss out
not
of me of not seeing this other stuff you were talking about. What?
I've seen Interview with a Vampire and I've seen fucking Queen of the Damned. What's that other one that's really popular? Bram
You've watched
Stoker's
all the way.
Dracula?
You've watched
Bram
all the way.
Stoker's Dracula? Isn't that another popular one?
Interview with Lost Boys or Dust Till Dawn. Oh my god.
Yeah, I haven't watched
He's
all
horror
Lost
channel.
Boys.
This guy, he's a horror channel. Unsubscribe right now until he does it.
I've seen 30 Days of Night, partially.
That's good. Actually.
I've seen part of that movie. That's another movie I watched. Look, here's the thing. I couldn't drag people to see the shit that I wanted to see all the time. So that's the reason why some of these movies I haven't watched. Now, Lost Boys, on the other hand, that's something different. I've watched it because these movies came on TV all the time, but I've watched it in pieces. So I feel like I've watched the whole movie in pieces, but I've never sat through it and watched the whole thing. So that's why I've officially said that I haven't watched the movie. I don't consider it watching a movie until I sat down and watched it from beginning to end. I always turn it on. It's in the middle, or it's in this part, or it's on that part, or fucking was it Tom, whatever his name is, on the saxophone and shit, buff ass playing the damn saxophone, you know. And he be going to conventions too. But he stays on the East Coast, I swear.
That one little moment he was in Lost Boys. That one little moment where he was just all dressed up, and his muscles and his oil and his long hair and the saxophone. That one moment, it was literally one moment, and he's going to conventions.
Check this out. No, but dude's he can actually play the saxophone player. Like he can play the saxophone. He's actually a musician.
Yeah.
But check this out. Here's the wild part though. There's this band, right? And they're called Gunship. And they make like this synthy ass 80s music. Like they make some dope ass synthy 80s music. One of their songs is about one of their songs like is like this 80s sounding song or whatever. And they say the Lost Boys, or what they say Lost Boys in the lyrics. They got this motherfucker to come and play saxophone on their song. How dope is that?
That's good.
That shit's tight. Like, it's so cool. And then they had like other ones where they had like John Carpenter narrating their fucking intro. Like, come on, dude. Come on. That shit's epic. Epic as fuck. Shout out to Gunship.
It's a good idea. Sounds good.
Hold up. Facebook user says, thoughts on the new Indiana Jones? I ain't seen that shit.
The last one. I'll be honest with you. Everyone hates the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. I never hated it. I always thought it was okay. There was just a lot of it wasn't as good as the others. When this new one came out, it was at least it's better than no. I never thought it was better than the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. It's okay. Yeah, it's okay. I feel like the girl on it, his goddaughter or whatever she was mean spirited. It was kind of focused on her a lot. And we want to see Indiana Jones do shit. It wasn't bad though. It's still a good watch. They're all a good watch. I just still think the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull gets more shit than it deserves, and I still think it's better than the new one, Dial of Destiny. That's my thoughts. And apparently, it's actually cost Disney a few $1 million. It's actually cost them. They've lost quite a lot from the film, so you can guarantee you won't be seeing anything new soon unless it's a reboot.
Is it true that Harrison Ford didn't want somebody to play a young version of him? Or like
I heard that too, actually.
What's that name?
Funny. Someone's already played him. A young version twice. Obviously,
yeah, but they're talking about like making a whole new franchise about young Indiana without him.
Because in the bottom line is it belongs.
He's old. The fuck? Like he needs to hang it up. Hang up the whip, homie.
I mean, they're probably going to reboot it. I don't know if they will because they're
going to wait for him to die. I'm be honest with you. They're going to wait. They're going to wait for him to die.
They lost a lot of money on that last film. They actually lost money. They didn't break it. They lost. So I'm not sure. You know what it's like when they lose money.
I agree, Renamon. Jefferson's and what's happening are great. Your Facebook user friend says Gunship rocks. They know what's up. Gunship is a dope ass band, homie. That the song is called, what is it, Dark All Night or something like that, some shit like that. But it has the freaking saxophone player from Lost Boys on it. Tap in, man. Ask whatever questions y'all want, whatever questions you have. It doesn't have to be about new movies.
Yeah,
It could be
because
old
we
movies,
just
whatever
came
you
on here
need.
random and we didn't have a schedule.
Yeah, we really didn't. We just kind of went down like a list of shit and just was like, okay, this
This
sounds
was us
interesting.
on
Let's
the
talk about
phone
it.
in general. This is what we do on the phone. So we thought, fuck it, let's do it live, and see
Yeah,
if
pretty
anyone,
much, man. Just tap in, ask questions, whatever you want.
you know,
Man,
anyone? No,
not yet. We'll
Again?
see. I mean,
No?
give him a second. We'll give him a couple minutes or whatever to come up with their questions or whatever. But we're thinking about doing a couple videos, some top 5 videos. You know what I mean? I gave Derek a really interesting idea that I want to do. I don't want to say it out loud in case any other content creators are listening. But yeah, I think the one that I sent you, not the one that we were supposed to do, the other one I sent you, the one about something about remakes. Don't say it out loud, but you know what I'm talking about. That one.
Yeah, I just
That
say I
one.
remember.
You
Yeah,
don't remember, do you? You
I do.
fucking
Yeah. Just so everyone knows, if you're interested, next week there's going to be a few of us, and we're going to do our top 5 action movies.
I haven't
Uh,
even thought about that shit yet. I don't know
yeah,
what the fuck I'm
I
putting on that
mean,
list.
it's tough
Top
enough.
five, as in our personal favorites or
Yeah,
favorites
our
or just top
personal
5?
favorites. Yeah, our personal
Oh, okay,
favorites.
easy
Yeah,
money.
but
Because because apparently somebody didn't understand when I said that John Wick is a great action movie,
uh
but it's not a great
oh,
movie in
he's
general.
not watching. He's not watching. He would have said
Yeah, I
hello.
said it. Fix your glasses, both of y'all.
But it's to say, like, I mean, there's a shitload of action movies, and you know what? For me, it's pretty tough because I have so many favorites. So yeah, so everyone, if you're interested, we're gonna. I don't know. We do that live. We'll see. We'll see how it is. See if everyone can get together. It's gonna be a few of us, so it's gonna be a good video and a lot of pistons.
Facebook user says Young Guns 3 is supposedly coming out. I don't know what the
I've
fuck. What the
heard
hell is Young?
zero about that. I'm
What
not
is
sure.
Young? What is the Young? Is that like a western? It sounds like a western.
Yeah, it's one of the classics. There's 2 of them, 1 and 2. I think Bon Jovi did the soundtrack to the second one. Not didn't he did. It
Was
stars
that where
Emilio
Dead or
Estevez.
Alive was at? I'm a cowboy.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
one. Yeah.
I feel horse I ride. I'm wanted, dead or alive.
The story of Billy the Kid, basically. But they're classics. They had all the biggest 80 stars at the time with Charlie Sheen, Emilio Estevez, Kiefer Sutherland, Christian Slater, and a few others. Yeah.
Christian Slater. Whatever happened to that fucking
No,
guy?
it's when you say that, because I was thinking about that the other day. I remember, because I'm older than you, there was a time when he was said to be the new Jack Nicholson. There was a time when everyone
Jack
was saying,
Nicholson.
they were
I feel
saying
like he could have been like, honestly, I see more Johnny Depp in him.
well, they were saying because of the films and what he was doing, and he's kind of, cheeky kind of way about him. And then now I heard that he had a drug problem, as they all do in the 80s, but I heard that he got into quite a lot of trouble as well with the police that caused problems and then he was kind of blackballed. I heard that, but it's a shame because I did like his movies in the 80s and the 90s, the ones that I haven't seen Heathers properly, but I've seen quite a few.
Dude, listen, Heathers was good, but an underrated Christian Slater movie, Gleaming the Cube.
The skateboard.
Yes, dude, with fucking Tony Hawk and Rodney Mullen and shit doing the stunts. That shit is underrated as fuck. I love that movie. Gleaming the Cube is underrated.
That was good.
That shit's I love that damn movie.
Facebook
like user says, I sound just like Bon Jovi. That's what's up. You should hear my Dokken, my Dream Warrior. Let me know if you want to hear my Dream Warrior.
Do it. He's the Dream Warrior. Go on.
Dream
Warriors.
Don't wanna dream no more. We're the Dream Warrior. And maybe tonight we'll be gone.
I wasn't sure, was he just playing that song in the background or was you singing? That's how good it was. Yeah.
That's what's up. Yeah, karaoke. And we should imagine we did a fucking karaoke, a live karaoke. That shit'll be funny. Hey, but y'all gotta throw donations at us or something to keep us going, because we need motivation for a live karaoke, man.
Yeah.
If y'all set up like a live donation, like a tip jar or some shit, we down for it.
and
We
we'll
will do
sing
a
all
live
the
karaoke, but y'all need to
soundtrack.
set up a tip jar for us. Renamon says, who do you think would win in a fight between Leatherface, Hannibal Lecter, and Norman Bates? Leatherface is wait. Does Hannibal Lecter have prep time? That's what matters.
Okay, it's a
If,
good point. Depends
if
on the
Hannibal
scenario.
Lecter,
Yeah, and do they have weapons?
if Hannibal Lecter has prep time, he might win. If it's just a straight up just random encounter, I think Leatherface got his chainsaw, he fucking him up.
Even if he didn't have a chainsaw, he's a beast, and his size, he's an animal. Lecter, I mean, we saw a few bits and pieces. He's clever. He outwits people, and that's where his strength comes from. Norman Bates, I mean, if he dressed up as his mum, you're all fucked, you know. But I'll go Leatherface, yeah.
He's gonna dress up like his mom without underwear, and he's gonna be flashing people.
That's it. He
Like
will.
Braveheart.
But yeah.
Right.
What about Hannibal Lecter and Norman Bates? I think
Hannibal's too smart. Norman
clever.
Bates is too emotional.
Yeah.
Facebook user says you need to add song covers to the video. Well, if we add in a tip jar, we will sing whatever you want.
Throw money at us like the big YouTubers, and you see how much we sing then. Woo!
Sean says, "What's up?" Man, I remember you, Sean Franklin. Sean Franklin, man, remember Sean? He used to come in on our videos when we used to be reacting to like Better Call Saul.
Oh, I think
that's where you found us, right, Sean? Better Call Saul when we was talking. I remember. What's going on, Sean? How you been, man? I ain't seen you in my chat for a while. You got to start commenting on my videos, man. But yeah, a song. What else could we cover? Let's see. Let me give y'all another taste of something. I don't know. What should we sing?
Boys.
You said Lost Boys? I don't know.
That's a wicked soundtrack.
Yeah, I believe it. I believe Lost Boys has a great soundtrack.
Yeah.
What's a movie with an underrated soundtrack? I got
underrated
soundtrack.
Transformers the movie.
Damn, that's crazy. Underrated soundtrack. Let me think. The Crow low-key got some bangers. Hey, Queen of the Damned has some bangers too. Hey, happy birthday to my boy Sean. He says, good. My birthday was yesterday. Shout outs to the homie Sean Franklin. Happy birthday, my friend. Hey, you know what? That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna cover happy birthday on his channel. You ready? Happy birthday to you. Nah, man. Happy birthday to Sean, man. What's going on, man? Happy birthday to Sean.
I'm not singing until we get money. Pay us and we'll sing what we want.
Treat us like them ladies that y'all be throwing money at.
Soundtrack, you know that song by The Cure.
Yeah.
When he's putting the makeup on and stuff. Do you remember it?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
So good.
That was a good song too. I know exactly what song you're talking about. Fuck, I was thinking of The Guest has a underrated soundtrack. That movie got bangers. The Guest has an underrated soundtrack. Scream 1 has a low-key banging ass soundtrack. What else?
Very nice.
If you guys watch anime, all of those Dragon Ball Z movies, like the American dubs, banging ass soundtracks, right? The fucking Revenge of Cooler movie with the Deftones. I Watched You Change when Goku turned Super Saiyan. Come on, man, you can't fuck with that. I watched you change in you. Right? Damn, I think we really gonna start a karaoke, man. Drive. Hey, Drive had a banging ass soundtrack. You right. Drive had a good soundtrack too. And then even Baby Driver had a good soundtrack. But that movie was based on music.
Had a good soundtrack. It's actually Drive. It's very similar to the Guest.
To The Guest, yeah. They have that electro sound.
Yeah. 80s kind of. Yeah, that was actually Drive was a good movie.
Okay, look, I'm about to get you with one. The remake to Firestarter has a low-key banging ass soundtrack because it's produced by John Carpenter.
Oh, you mean the actual score?
The score.
I actually do. It's familiar. I remember. Yeah,
the score for that shit is banging, right? We already know the Joker has a banging ass soundtrack. What else? What else got a dope ass soundtrack?
Transformers the movie, Never Ending Story. Well, yeah, no, Never Ending Story's score was really good, especially the synthesized version.
Hey, a TV show with a dope ass score. Both
80s.
Batman Beyond and Batman had banging ass scores. Batman Beyond and Batman. Hey, speaking of Batman Beyond, hey, fuck you, Warner Brothers. I'm gonna say that shit right now.
Never gonna
Warner
do it.
Brothers, you's a bitch. You put out stupid ass movie. You announced some dumb ass movies, and then you turned down the company that did Into the Spider Verse. You turned down their pitch, their sales pitch for Batman Beyond, an animated
Oh,
movie.
I didn't know that.
Eat a dick, Warner Brothers. Fuck you guys with a side of ranch. Y'all some bitches. That shit pissed me off. I saw test footage, bro. There's test footage of it. That shit looked amazing. Warner Brothers turned that shit down, but they've been scrapping projects left and right. Warner Brothers want to focus on fucking no. Look, man, I know you love the guy, but Warner Brothers really wants to focus on bring out another fucking Superman movie and another fucking Batman movie with a Batman movie already in a separate universe, right? But you don't want to put a Batman Beyond out. Like, come on, man, what's wrong with you, Warner Brothers? Like, Warner Brothers pissed me off with that
movie, which I'm a bit on the fence about, is that the new one in the DC universe, the new James Gunn one, right? Is that it's called The Brave and the Bold, and if you see the cartoon, it's very kiddie, it's very young. It's not like the animated series. And on this one will be Robin, will be played by Damien, which is actually Bruce Wayne.
I heard about that. Yeah, I know who that is.
Like,
with the kid he had with Ra's al Ghul's daughter, right?
Yeah. And I'm thinking to myself, are they going to go with the light-hearted version? And if you don't, are you going to make Robin dark and all that? And I'm like, I don't know.
Hey, look, Damian Wayne gets down like he is a murderer.
Oh, he'll chop you up. But
he is literally one of the most talented Robins out there.
Oh yeah, he will mess you up. But the thing is that I just don't know. Like, I would have preferred to have seen like a Batman Beyond. Oh my god, how good would that be?
A Batman Beyond animated movie would have been fire. But honestly,
with, Michael Keaton maybe is the
listen, they dropped the ball. Michael Keaton could have been old man Bruce, and freaking Robert Pattinson could have been freaking Terry McGinnis. That could have worked.
I think, the only thing is he's getting a bit too old now to play Robert Pattinson. He's too old to play. Look,
Terry McGinnis. Oh yeah, because Terry McGinnis is supposed to be in high school, huh?
Yeah. Just quickly, while I remember, just for anyone, did you ever watch The Big Bang Theory? Did you ever watch it? Did you like it?
Man, I don't know what fucking Sheldon and shit. No,
all right. Well, get this. So there's a spin-off TV show called
Young Sheldon. Yeah,
I saw one episode. It wasn't for me, but anyway, regardless, get this. They're in talks of doing old Sheldon, and you know who's to play him? Michael Keaton.
Cool.
Michael Keaton playing.
On that note, Facebook user tapped in and said Tarantino's new and supposedly last movie is in the works. I heard allegedly that that there's a chance that this could be a horror movie.
It's about rumblings. Reporter. What's it called? The Reporter. Or was it something to do with Critic? Is it The Critic? Something to do with
what it's called?
Movie. It's about a movie critic or a reporter, a movie. Something to do with movies. A critic.
And is that what it's called? The Critic? For real?
Yeah, but apparently it's what I've heard. It's supposed to be super violent. But then Quentin Tarantino. When have you ever seen like it not being violent? So But yeah, this is
true.
This is his last film. I've never disliked any of his films. So
Quentin Tarantino is a GOAT when it comes to these movies. Look, I think there's quite a few directors that do what he does. Quentin's great. Nolan's great. Freaking what's that fool's name? What's the dude that did the fucking the movie recently with Leonardo DiCaprio? Scorsese. Scorsese's great.
Yeah. Definitely.
I think it's funny because Jody brought to my attention his love for Mel Gibson as a director, and I've never really acknowledged it. But Mel Gibson has a hell of an eye. Mel Gibson has a hell of an eye.
He's only made about 4 movies. but they're all four of them. I mean, look, people are on the fence about The Passion, and it's subtitled, so I don't give a shit. But I remember the only thing I remember mostly about how brutal the whipping was on that film, and the devil,
I still haven't watched that movie, but I've been wanting to.
the devil
Like,
on it. There's a baby. The devil is like a baby. It looks fucked up. That one he did with Spider-Man. What's that one called? Hacksaw Ridge or
Hacksaw
something.
Ridge.
Yeah, that was good.
I didn't
Apocalypto.
even know he did Hacksaw Ridge. I didn't even know that was his movie.
Yeah, obviously
Great movie though.
He did Braveheart too as well. But
And then he did Apocalypto.
but yeah, unfortunately, he's kind of real blackballed at the moment, and he's so
Not really. I mean, he just had a damn movie on what was the movie on Netflix though? That movie was actually pretty damn good. Have you seen it? The On Air movie. It's like something on air.
no.
Hold up. He just recently did a movie. On the line. That shit was actually pretty good. It has a really good ending, by the way. I would recommend if you bored, watch that shit. Like it has a really good ending.
I did.
But yeah, On the Air, that was actually really fun. Are you gonna see Furiosa? The Mad Max movie? It looks good to me.
It does, but it's just I really wanted to see more Mad Max, but then saying that we've already got 4, so why not? I mean, be honest with you, her character in Fury Road was pretty decent. To be honest with you, it was played by what's her name? You know,
Somebody else.
You know the girl. But anyway, she was a decent character in the film. In fact, it was nearly her film. To be honest with you, Mad Max Fury, one of my favorites. But anyway, as I say, I've seen it. I'm not sure how I feel about Chris Helmsworth yet.
I fucking hate that guy. Him, look, man.
I hate
two
him.
people. There's two people I passionately hate. Chris Helmsworth is one of them, and the other one is fucking Jason Momoa. I can't stand them two. They're annoying as shit. Oh, by the way, I saw the test footage for Jason Momoa's The Crow, and it's crazy that he looks way more crowish than this motherfucker, Bill Skarsgård. But I guess it's a conversation for another day.
Yes,
Send in the clouds.
Was, up for The Crow at one point as well.
Who?
Bradley Cooper. He was in talks.
Bradley Cooper. Look, man, listen to me. Bradley Cooper, if he would have if Bradley Cooper produced The Crow and he starred in that shit, I am all in. Bradley Cooper is an amazing actor. He came a long way from The Hangover. Let me tell you.
Hangover.
That motherfucker came a long way.
His first
Shout
film
out to Bradley Cooper.
Thing.
You said what?
The first film I ever seen him in was a found footage horror film.
Called what?
I can't remember. You know what? I don't remember. But
I don't remember. I
don't remember. Right? But no, I don't remember.
Send in the clowns.
Well, look. If there's no more questions from anyone, we're just rambling on now, and he's singing too much. So
hey, look, I'm trying to set it up. Look, man, if y'all want to see a live karaoke, me and Derek willing to do it. Y'all got to create. We got to create a tip jar though. How many of you guys be willing to, tip us a little bit so we can sing some songs? It'll help us and it'll help you be entertained. You get to hear us sing the best that we can, and we're gonna make y'all laugh and we're gonna make y'all giggle. And y'all have content to come back for a sad day.
Thank you very much.
Nah, we laughing at your singing. I can only imagine you singing Frank Sinatra with a British accent. That shit'll be hilarious.
No way.
My town. I don't know. I don't know how it would sound British.
My town.
My town.
No. My town. Now, look, let's call it a day because
all right, let's call it quits. Look,
cats to play with. Sounds bad,
That sounded funny, but okay, sure.
Yeah.
Sure. All right, look, man. Thank you guys for tapping in. I saw 5 to 4 people like chimed in logged in at once. I see we had an amazing, almost like 7 to 10 people interact in here at once. You people that are on Facebook, stop being shy. Tap in. Happy birthday again to the homie Sean. Thank you for Renamon for popping up. Thank you for who is your Facebook user, homie?
Jonathan Rogers.
Jonathan Rogers, thank you for tapping in. Paul Thurling, thank you for tapping in. Miss T, thank you for tapping in. Anybody that was just watching and you were being a lurker, it's okay. Thank you for participating as well, too, man. We love you guys. Thank you very much. And this concludes Chop It Up episode. I don't know what. It was just a random ass episode. Hope you guys enjoy it. See you guys next time. Don't forget to subscribe to this guy's channel, Movie Mash Reviews. If you're not on the channel right now, go ahead and jump over there and do that. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button on my channel. And if for some reason you're on the third reel, subscribe to both of our channels, right? Go to his channel and my channel, right? So, and if you're on Facebook, right, go to YouTube, hit that little search bar at the top, type in Cinema Chop Shop. I'll pop up. Now, his is a little bit more confusing, right? Because what you got to do is you got to type in Movie Mash, and then you got to hit filter, and then filter, you hit channels, and then he'll pop up. I promise you, right? It's
If you
the
like
blue one.
TV show MASH, there's loads of that.
It's a blue one. It looks like the Blockbuster logo. Okay, so if you guys are on horror lockdown, it's the same procedure. Don't be scared. Don't be scared now. Go ahead and subscribe to both of our channels. You are now exiting the Cinema Chop Shop, and you are now leaving Movie Mash movie theaters. And don't forget to drop off. Be kind and rewind, please. Thank you. Have a good day. Adios.
Bye.
Where's the explosion at, bro? Hit him with an explosion. Yeah.